Hey there, welcome to the CMMC Compliance Guide podcast. I'm Austin.
And I'm Brooke.
From Justice IT Consulting. We're here to help businesses like yours navigate CMMC and NIST 800-171 compliance. We're hired guns, getting companies fast-tracked to compliance. But today, we're here to give you all the secrets for free. So if you want to tackle it yourself, you can. Let's dive into today's episode and keep your business on track. We have this little thing called CMMC CyberAB town halls or something.
Yes, it's just the CyberAB town hall.
Okay.
CyberAB. They changed it from the CMMC AB, so just the CyberAB, but they do have town halls.
Okay. How often is that?
They have those town halls once a month. It's really just an update on the whole process, any news, new things that have come up, things that have changed, and there were a few things that changed or came up, and some news to let everybody know about in this last time.
Okay. Very cool. Well, that's why we're here today to kind of break it down, and we'll try and do this monthly for you guys, so that way we'll sit through the town halls for you, and you can come hear our perspectives. So,
right.
Well, cool. Anything you want to share further on the town halls and what they get into, or do you just want to get into what happened on this one?
I think probably a lot of people know what the CyberAB is, but there's probably a lot of people that don't understand what in the world the CyberAB is and how they fit. So the CyberAB, the DoD wanted an organization, a separate organization to run the accreditation process and to set up all the CMMC structure and everything, and so that's where the CyberAB came from, and they're authorized by the DoD to do all that, and they were the only one. So that's what the CyberAB does. They take care of all the certifications, the assessment process, and all that kind of fun stuff.
Well, you said that there might have been an update with the 48 CFR proposed rule. Can you tell us about that?
For the 48 CFR rule, there's not just a whole lot that was no big news or anything. Just that the proposed 48 CFR that was released August 15th. The comment period is open till October 15th, and today is the 3rd. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell everybody when we're recording this, but it's the 3rd today. So we're recording this on 3rd. It's open for a few more days, so if there's any comments that you want to enter on that, make sure you go do it. The more comments, the better. But that's open to the 15th. Your guess is as good as mine on when they'll release a final rule. But if they follow the same process they've followed this whole time, we're looking still at late 2025 for the final rule to go in place. We're talking Q3, most likely Q4. They could rush it. Don't really know. But anyway, so it's looking probably like, and the 48 CFR is what puts in place CMMC on contracts, on new contracts. So when this 48 CFR goes final and goes into effect, at that point, new contracts will require CMMC 2.0.
So there's also a change, I guess, or update to the 32 CFR?
Yeah, so the news for this 32 CFR is, it's a little more significant news, is that it's out of the OIRA review, Office of Information and Regulatory, whatever the last one is. Anyway, but they review all this, so it's passed out of that group, and so the final rule will be ready to be introduced anytime now, and kind of everybody expects it to be introduced in October, which this is October, so it'll be introduced relatively soon. The 32 CFR, with that rule, there were several things that really impacted companies like us and some other things. So that one is significant. And so when it goes, we're looking forward to seeing what the final rule actually is, so we'll know how to handle a few things, what has to change, all that kind of fun stuff. So, but it should be coming out anytime now. And then when it comes out, there's 60 days before it goes into effect. And then also, I thought it was the same time, but the congressional review is 60 days also. That'll likely come after, because this is all during the holidays, I believe. Anyway, it kind of depends on exactly when it's released and all that kind of fun stuff. But Congress has 60 days to review it as well.
And there is an update to the CMMC assessment process itself, I hear.
There is. So there's a document. It's a huge, gigantic, long document called the CMMC assessment process. Right now they have version 1 out, and I don't know, that may be a draft. That may be specified as a draft. But It's the version 1 is out right now. When you go get certified, you learn on the latest version they have, which should be close to what this CAP 2.0 is, and we'll just call it. Everybody calls it the CAP. So the CMMC assessment process is CAP. So version 2.0 will be coming out, but it's not going to come out until after the final rule is published, because they need to know if there's going to be any more changes to that CAP. So the CAP process is what all assessors have to follow during the certification assessment process. So if an assessor comes in to do one of those certification assessments, they will be following that to the letter. Version 2.0, version 1.0 was very prescriptive, very strict, everything else. And so what they're trying to do is make it a little less prescriptive, more as a guide and all that. But what I'll tell you is, if you go read the 2.0 in depth first, or what will likely be the 2.0. If you read that version first, and then you're thinking, well, how can this be less prescriptive than the last one? But it is. So they're trying to make it more usable, more understandable, all that kind of fun stuff. So, but I will tell you, it is a very detailed process, and the whole first section, before you even get into actually doing the assessment, the whole first section is about between the C3PAO, the companies that hire the assessors to do the assessment, and the company seeking the certification, the OSC, organization seeking certification. So it's between the C3PAO and the OSC, and they exchange information and a few high-level documents and review them and all that kind of fun stuff. And the C3PAO has a lot of hours into this already before they can even go, okay, here's the contract, and this is what we can do. This is how to go. So they've got a lot of hours into it before they even can get paid on anything, basically. So, and I just say that for everybody to kind of understand that this, if that section has that, is that involved, the rest of it is even more involved. So there's a lot of hours that go into it, and right or wrong, good or bad, whatever. But that's why the assessments are not a couple $1,000s, but more like $20,000, $30,000 and up. So anyway, but yes, CAP 2.0 is coming out.
Okay.
Short story.
Okay. Well, only thing I was thinking this whole time was, I guess it brings a whole new meaning to putting your assessor's cap on, So
that's right.
We should
exactly.
get 2.0 hats or something.
That just says CAP 2.0?
Yeah.
Very good.
That'd be a hit for all the nerds.
I think there were some jokes about that at the last conference.
Oh, was there?
So, yeah.
So I'm behind the ball.
You're a little behind on that.
Well, I tried. So you also said that there might be some updates on how they're approaching CCPs and CCAs?
Yes, and really just it's the background check. The 3 background investigation is what it is. Before, what everybody understood, and this is actually, they reiterated and said this is how it's going to happen, how it's going to be. The last town hall, I really didn't necessarily get that, but I think they may have gone that direction. But Tier 3 background checks, all CCPs and CCAs have to go through a Tier 3 background check. I had to go through one, or I'm having to go through one. So and you have to get that after, when CMMC comes out, you'll have to get that before you'll be certified, a CMMC certified professional or CMMC certified assessor. So that'll come before the certification. But up to now, you've gotten the certification. The only reason you had to have that certification, the only reason you had to have that Tier 3 background check was if you wanted to participate in a certification assessment. I didn't get the certification, I didn't get the CCP to do certification assessments. I got it so I will understand how those work and have all that information to help our clients better. So I really didn't care about the Tier 3 background check. But now what they're saying is not only do people have to have them in the future before they can get certified, but all those people that certified before, if you don't get it, your certification is going to be suspended. So by the time, and this has to happen by the time the 32 CFR rule goes final.
Okay.
So any CCPs or CCAs like me that didn't bother doing the Tier 3 background check are having to go through it now. And from what I understand, there are quite a few. And so now, of course, everybody's scrambling and did just like me and went, oh, crap, I got to go on and get this done. And so now they've probably got a backlog of those to do. So and depending on what's going on, the department that does all the background checks, sometimes they get backed up and then sometimes they're got a normal wait list of a couple of months. But point is, whenever all this goes final and you start to go get your certification assessment, all the CCPs and CCAs that come, and there will be multiple, there's never just one, all the CCPs and CCAs that come to work on your assessment have to have that background check before they can partake on that certification assessment. Okay. So you just want to make sure of that.
Right. No, makes sense. And I guess if you see Brooke get replaced on the show, you know why.
That's right. Exactly.
So we'll learn soon if you pass that check. So,
right. And also, just so you know, I can't imagine a C3PAO actually sending assessors and out that don't have all the credentials they're supposed to have. So,
right.
So I don't think that'll really be a problem, but it's a good thing to check. You can always go on the CyberAB marketplace. CyberAB is just cyberab.org. And you can find, in fact, you can look me up, Brooke Justice, and you can see that I have an RP. Our organization is an RPO, and you can see that I have a CCP. So when the 32 CFR goes final, if my background check is not done yet, it'll suspend my CCP, and I won't show up as a CCP anymore.
No, okay.
But whenever it gets completed, they'll just reverse that, and it'll be unsuspended.
Right. So it'll be an easy way for listeners to go check their professionals to see if they're legit.
Yeah, the easy way is just go to cyberab.org, go to the marketplace, and look for those people.
Awesome. That's good news. Always like easy things. So I think you said that was most of the changes that came from the town hall. What would you say your biggest takeaway collectively with all this information is? Really,
the biggest thing that our clients and potential clients want to know, or people that may be listening to this podcast, is that it's coming. I mean, it's on the way. There's no more, it might come, it might change, they might completely change the whole program. It ain't changing. It ain't going to do what happened with CMMC 1.0 to 2.0, the whole big change and everything. That's not going to happen. This is coming. It's pretty dialed in. So you got to get ready. And what I can tell you is the whole process, if you haven't started yet, for instance, the process to go from zero to now you're ready for your certification assessment to begin, that whole process is 12 to 18 months. If everything goes well, and that's if you and your provider who's helping you get ready, or maybe you're just the one getting ready, can get everybody to function and meet on schedule, and all the things to happen, all the solutions go in place, and you have some money to spend to make these things happen. That's in a good scenario, 12 to 18 months. And then your certification, depending on the same thing, depending on people's schedules and what all happens, you're talking a couple of months, a month at least, but probably a couple months to go through that. And I don't really know. That's kind of a shot in the dark, but, so the point is this process is not quick, is not easy, is not simple. So don't wait until you have to have it to get started. You should get started as soon as you can.
I think that's the theme of the show is don't wait.
Yeah, it is.
We say that a lot, don't we?
We do. We say that quite a bit, and it's because of all the things I just said. It's not easy, quick, or simple. So
yeah, no, it makes sense. So, well, cool. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, there's not anything else I can think of to add. We'll stay on top of these town halls and try to give you a more digestible version of it, so you don't have to go listen to the whole hour-long discussion and everything else. So hope this helped out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so check back. We'll be back again next week. We've got the CMMC conference coming up. We'll try and do a show from the conference, kind of tell you what we're seeing there. If you want to save the airfare, we're going to have a conversation with an assessor coming up soon here in the next couple of weeks. And we're also going to start doing a little series on how small businesses or medium-sized businesses might approach the controls if they're working with a limited budget, and we're just going to kind of give away the secrets on how to achieve those controls. And I know a lot of people come to us wondering how in the heck do I score 110 on the SPRS? That's at least where they're starting. They're not concerned about getting compliant yet, and so hopefully that'll help answer that. So
absolutely
awesome. So check back. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.